Bluffton, South Carolina. Big old cement park. Not really sure what the objective of this video is going to be, but this is a really interesting park. Was just talking to a couple bikers in town. They're on their way to Swamp Fest, which is pretty sick. They were saying how this is more like styled towards BMX, which I could definitely agree. Lots of big transition. It's really fun to pump around, and if you're a transition skater, you would love it. But for me today, not being a transition skater, I'm gonna tackle this area and I'm gonna try to just get creative. I want to skate some of this stuff in a different way than it's meant to. You can see there's like a really sick manual pad here, and it's just a little too low to grind. It's like the height of a curb. So I don't know, for warm-up stuff it's fun, but if you're trying a real trick, it's almost like more dangerous to be this low. Like if I was gonna kickflip crook something, I would want it to be a couple inches taller than this, just so I could lock in at like the apex of the kickflip, not kickflip and then come down onto the box, which puts you in a position where you could slip out. So I'm gonna set up the Nikon on the tripod here, and I'm gonna try grinding this top part and going into the bank. Maybe try some sort of like grind to manual variation, or just see like how many tricks I can get across the top and going in. And maybe we'll skate this ledge. Perfect C ledge. It's really fun. Just has really awkward starting points. This ramp is so close for me to hit it front side. So you basically have to like drop in and pop right away. And then if I hit it backside, I'm dealing with this hip right here. So to get the right angle, you basically have to go over the hip and just get used to what kind of speed that gives you. Wow, it is actually pretty hot. February 24th, I think. February 24th, and it's like 86 degrees in South Carolina. So this is definitely like our first hot day. And it gets much hotter than this, but it's so humid here, you just feel it through your whole body. But yeah, kind of gave up on that kickflip front board. It was just taking too many tries, and I really don't want to get too hung up on one thing. Also, my camera overheated, so I'm just letting that cool down for a second. But I also felt like, even though I was getting into the kickflip front board, I wasn't really sliding very well. Like I would kind of land up on top and my wheels would catch. So even if I did put one down, in my opinion, it would look kind of dumb. Half these tricks probably look dumb, but I'm just trying to skate and get something creative. I'll show you this ledge up close here. So it's like slightly angled. So because it's angled like that, you're actually able to board slide just barely, like teetering on this edge. And that's the thing I wasn't able to quite figure out with the kickflip front board. I was trying to get into it, sort of balance on the top so I could actually slide a little, but just wasn't working out. So I'm gonna go over here and wax up this C ledge. So I've done a crook before in a previous video, so I'm not gonna go for that. I'm just gonna wax it up and try to get a couple 50-50s, or I don't even really know. Maybe I'll just do another crook just because that's the only thing I can do on this thing. But the Nikon is too hot, so we're gonna bust out this little GoPro and set it up and try to skate. It's so hot. Probably looks like I waxed the shit out of it, but it's just so dry. And if I'm going to try like a no slider or crook, I need that top part of the ledge to slide against my board. Start with a 50-50. It's actually kind of a high ollie. It's a little bit scary to go fast at it. When you're doing a crook on something that's a little taller, it's not as scary because as soon as you pop, like your nose is already there. But for the full 50-50, you really have to like suck your legs up and commit. And like I was saying earlier, it's like a really tight curve, so you got to be ready to lean in. Cross lock. It's hard to go any faster than that because you really have to lean in. It's scary. Please, sir, we need some more wax. Please, sir, more wax. Ooh, fancy with it. Just was leaning that way because of the curve. Not a big fan of 50-50 180s, kind of a bunk trick. Actually, no, I take that back. If you're learning, if you're just skating, 50-50 180s are sick. Sickest trick. That's what I'm so scared of, is not like locking in and having to like lean forward like that. That was a little scary. What the f do I keep stepping in? Oh, I stepped in gum. That is the worst, bro. If you're chewing gum at a skate park and you spit it out, f you. Seriously, what the? I hate that shit. That's so annoying. Can't get it off my shoe better than that. Can't get it off my grip better than that. Let's keep skating. It's so hard not to cross lock. I'm not trying to do that. It's just the angle that I'm leaning in on. It's actually slowing down my grind. Stupidly hard. I'm getting frustrated. It's dirty too. I don't know if you can see the 180 out from that angle, but I'm gonna stop trying that now. It was obnoxiously difficult. And I'm also not gonna try the crook because I've done it twice. I'm gonna play those clips right here. So now you guys know I'm not a bullshitter. What else can we do? Something front side. Oh, I kind of want to nose manual it. I've never done a manual trick on it. Let's try nose manual. That's what sucks about skating this thing. There's like no run up if you're trying to skate it from this left direction. You're right, my left. And if you look at it, like, you guys probably think I'm just being a p***, but come here and look at this thing. It's so awkward. My body is angled and all my weight is going down. Then you have to level out and then sort of load up on the back foot. It's like the physics don't work out. But anyways, I'm just making excuses. I'm gonna have to do a quick pop. I can't really drop in and do it, so I'm just gonna go up and like kick turn and try my best. Oh. I got a feeling that's gonna happen a lot. We're committed now. Oh. It's just tall enough to be very uncomfortable. Hey, get out of here, Leaf. Hey, get the. Yeah, it just feels weird dropping in like that. So stupid, bro. Oh, I hate that run up. Oh my God, that's it. I got you for 3 minutes. Man, that turnaround sucks. This park looks good. It's f***ing terrible. Everything here is either too big, too small, too close together. This is truly a BMX park. If you ride bikes, come here. You will love it. If you skate, you're probably gonna get frustrated like me. Defeated by a nose manual. I mean, I got it, but slow as shit. Now, when I say this park sucks, half the reason is I'm frustrated. Skateboarding's hard. The older I get, the worse I get at it. Have my good moments, more of the bad moments these days, but honestly, this park is just more geared for transition skateboarders. And it's really sick for that. The coping grind's nice. The dimensions are really nice. This park was actually built by the Tony Hawk Foundation. I probably messed that all up. It was, Tony Hawk had something to do with it. So it was built by a company that builds skate parks. So you can see all this stuff here is super fun to pump around. But as far as street skating, like, the dimensions are just so bad. I'm gonna start at the top here and show you what could be a very fun rail, but it's just awkwardly tall. So we've got this 3 stair here. It's actually a little bigger than a normal 3. The stairs are a little bit taller, and I'm fine with that. Cool little set. Crack, right where you would land. That is pretty awkward. And we've got this massive, like literally almost up to my hip, a sackable square rail going down a 3 stair. So, you know, you can definitely hop up there and do a nice crook or something. It's just not, I don't know, it's just, it shouldn't be at a skate park. And if it is going to be that big, it should be a little steeper and a little longer, like down like a 7 stair or an 8 stair. But the other way to skate it is to hit this bump to rail, and that's pretty fun. But and I don't know if you can tell in the GoPro, it's a little too steep to be comfortable. Like, it really throws you backwards. The height is okay for the bump to rail, but you can't get speed. Like, you can throw down and push and push and push, and by your last push, you're like going up that bank. And what makes it difficult to throw down is this curve right here. So what you have to do is start all the way back here, push, well, basically throw down to the curve, and then try to push as many times as you can, because you can't really start getting speed before this curve or it eats it all up. The other option is to start up on top here, which the other side is a massive quarter pipe, so just messes with your head. And then we've got this amazing little double ledge here, but again, like the bottom part is a little too small. Like this is basically a curb right here, so it's about 1.5 inches taller than a curb. And street skaters want something that's at least, I don't know, at least like 13, 14 inches. And like I was saying earlier, that just makes it easier to do tricks. I know it sounds backwards, like, oh, like you want to learn on something small, and kinda, yeah, but once you start getting good at tricks, like you're gonna want like a medium-sized ledge. Now the top part is actually really sick. It's about a perfect height. It's maybe like 2 inches shorter than the C ledge that I was skating. It would have been nicer if this was actually inset a little bit. So what makes this tough to skate is like you're forced to do the whole thing, which is fine. Like if you get something on this, it's legit. A little bit skinny on top for manual tricks, but definitely doable. And every skate park has a Euro gap. It's one of the funnest things to skate at a skate park. This is a massive one. In terms of like a regular Euro gap, this is on the bigger side. It's a super steep bank that you can't get speed for because, again, like you have the room to push here, but everything takes like a gnarly curve to get to it. So what you have to do is start all the way back there, the sidewalk that comes into the skate park, push, 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 and by the time you hit this angle, you honestly can't be going too fast because you'll slip out. You have to make like, literally, it's not a 90-degree angle, but it's like 110 degrees or something. And you just never have the speed to get all the way up on this. And you can forget getting all the way back, all the way up onto this one, which would be like the bigger version of the Euro gap. And these are just more reasons why this is a BMX skate park, ironically built by skateboarders, because they don't have any problem like pedaling. They can handle the curve, you know, hit some pedals in between here. Skateboarders need to have like perfect foot position to feel confident doing anything up this stuff. So if you're just pushing your ass off and you have to make this curve and then readjust, and you can forget about taking an extra push in there. Back to these rails, they're just way too big. Everything is too close together. Rails are too big, ledge is too small. Rail is too big, Euro gap is tiny. This is actually one of the most used things at the skate park, mostly by scooters. And for all these reasons, that's why I just kind of focused on this middle obstacle here and the C ledge. C ledge is amazing, but it's in the worst position. It's like they had this swale in the corner. They're like, oh, it'd be sick to put a C ledge around that. Yeah, but you have no in-run. Like you come down this bank, you've got like 5 feet of flat and you got a pop and a high ollie. Like it's not a small ollie at all. But I'm starting to rant a little bit. I didn't mean for this to be like a I don't like Bluffton Skatepark video, because I definitely come here a lot. I mean, I like to switch it up. Hilton Head, Port Royal, Bluffton, but every time I come here, I'm like, I wish I knew how to skate transition better, because that's what this park is for. So if you BMX or you like transition skating, this is the perfect park for you. If you like street skating and you're looking for like a good little box or some flat ground or a nice flat bar, this place has none of that. I mean, you could skate flat in the middle here, but on a busy day, you can see everything goes to the center with literally like a fountain centerpiece, fly box, octagon thing. I don't even know what to call this. Volcano. Yeah. Volcano hip with a drain on top, which is kind of weird. All right, guys. That's my Bluffton skate park video that turned into a review. So I think the heat's getting to my head. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll catch you next time.